Ew. Now, welcome back to another Babbling beer review here at the King&Dragon. Terrible. I do apologise to all you people up there in Yorkshire. Absolutely terrible, horrendous accent. My apologies. I just thought I'd get the old hat on and feel a bit more northern tonight. Welcome back to another Babbling beer review at the King&Dragon. Never had this before, and I've sort of been looking at it and seen some different reviews on it. I don't think I've even ever had it in a pub either, to be honest. So I thought, I'll see it, I'll give it a whirl. I think it's £1.80 in Tesco's. Other shops are available, guys. I'm sure it's £1.80-ish. And you can get it in several stores. Very popular beer. Very popular up north. It is Timothy Taylor's Landlord. Timothy Taylor's Landlord. Nice lovely little bottle cap on there. Second highest rated beer in England as far as I know, isn't it? If you can quote me on it, put it in the comments. How Doom Bar is number one. I don't know if it still is this year, but it definitely was when I was last looking. At Doom Bar, obviously made down here by Sharps. Alright, not a bad brew, but I wouldn't have rated it at number one. No chance. I don't know what it's going to start like to Timothy Taylor's, because I've never had it, which is surprising for someone like me that likes real ale and loves ale. I've not had a beer that's this good, or supposedly this good. Landlord by Timothy Taylor's is a 4.1%. The drinker's favourite and the classic pale ale with a complex citrus and hoppy aroma. Landlord was launched in 1952 and has won more awards nationally than any other beer, including Camera Draft Supreme Champion Beer of Britain 4 times. Taylor's taste is achieved by using the finest natural ingredients, a unique Knoll spring water, and the highest grade Golden Promise malted barley, whole leaf hops, and our own Taylor's Taste yeast. So, second best beer in Britain. Been looking, obviously, again, 1858. I do like the history of these breweries. Founded up in Yorkshire by Timothy Taylor. A quick rundown of the timeline, as I like to do. Let's have a little look. I was looking at doing things because they some of the terminology aquifer, they've got their own aquifer or spring or well. So I've never heard of an aquifer, so I had to look up what it was. If you know, put in the comments. I do know after reading this, but I won't mention it here. Let's see if anyone picks up on it and can tell me what it is in the comments. The history of Timothy Taylor. That's timothytaylor.co.uk. The timeline started in 1826 with Timothy Taylor. Was born in Bingley, West Riding of Yorkshire. The brewery remains in the Taylor family. Is now the last independent brewery. Where are we gone? I've lost me signal. Never a good thing. Get back to it. I think my internet's dropped out. 2 seconds. That's better. Just check the internet. I haven't switched on my Wi-Fi extender for the pub. Sort of thing I do. Wouldn't be a Babbling beer review without babbling and bodging and whatever else, would it? Anyway, so I don't know where I was now. That's where I was. So it's the brewery remains in Taylor family. Is now the last independent brewery of its type left in West Yorkshire. This independence enables Taylor's to survive as one of the few brewers still brewing true cask ales in the same way it's always done. Timothy Taylor was in 1858. Is brewing Cook Lane, Keighley. Timothy Taylor starts brewing in partnership with James Shackleton and John Naylor. He buys his first pub, the Volunteers Arms, 1 year later. In 1863, Timothy Taylor starts brewing and malting at the Knoll Spring Brewery, Keighley. Taylor buys out his previous partners, and builds his new brewery and malting with financial assistance from his father-in-law, Robert Ake. I think that's what it says, Ake. Having beer reviews. Correct me in the comments. In 1894, Philip Taylor, son of Robert Taylor, is born. The deep well is sunk at the Knoll Spring Brewery. The water from the aquifer, put it in the comments if you know what it is still used today. After the well is sunk, the brewery is extended with a new brew house, cellars, and finally in 1911 a new fermentation building to meet growth in sales. In 1928, Timothy Taylor wins its first brewing championship awards. The brewery is put up for sale. Fortunately, all shops bid to buy the business was drawn. Malting ceases at the Knoll Spring. So, don't know what happened there. Obviously, there's a bit more involved between there and that. It means a growth in sales or to meet it and then put it up for sale. 1952, Philip Taylor creates Landlord. Sidney Taylor, Robert's youngest son, joins the board. In 1953, death duties threaten the future of the brewery due to the passing of Percy and Philip Taylor. Gladys, Percy's widow, marries Sir John Horsfall with his financial help. On her son John's determination, the business continues. And then obviously 1982, Landlord wins Camera Beer of the Year for the first time. So that's a good old stint, isn't it, in history before he gets to win an award, a Camera's Beer Award. Timothy Taylor starts regular exports of Landlord, Babbling Beer Reviews, to London. So it starts exporting it to London. 1991, Brewhouse bought from Oldham Brewery after its closure is installed. This begins a 20-year investment programme to cater for Landlord's growing popularity. And then 2000, Landlord wins the first ever double for beer, Camera's Beer of the Year and Brewers Championship Draft Beer Cup. The brewery expands its fermentation capacity to bring more beer to our customers. And then obviously, you know, the rest is history, and there's loads again on there. Look at their website, loads of history. As usual, boring the pants off you people with Babbling Beer Review history. I like the history. To think, you know, these breweries, especially the way, you know, nowadays, the way the modern world is, all these pubs closing and struggling, and just with the recent, you know, rises to alcohol, obviously beer, I think went down a bit, but everything else, you know, like everything cost of living, isn't it? It's not going to offset much. But yeah, these landlords for the pubs have to pay extortionate rates, don't they? As I say, do visit your pubs. I know it's getting harder and harder, guys. None of us have got any money. I know I haven't. But yeah, you know, so lots of history, been around a long time, and apparently the second biggest beer in Britain after Doombar. I mean, do you agree with that? Put in the comments, guys. Obviously, if you've had both, what do you reckon? How would you know, which one would you rate at number one? Let me know. But for me, I've never had this. I've had Doombar, plenty of it. I've never been a massive fan of Doombar, to be honest. Obviously, I live in Cornwall, so it's not too far down the road from me. I've had it in bottle. I've had it off the pump. I've had it in mini kegs. I've done myself as well, mini kegs. So, and it's all right. You know, it's not bad. It's you know, I'll put it along the lines of that Kentish Pale Ale, Spitfire. That's right. I mean, Sharp's original. I've had that and all the Sharps in a pub off a pump. I was never over keen. The guys out there seem to like it when we used to go there. Yeah, we'll drink this Sharp's original or Doombar. A lot of the old boys seem to love it, but for me, not one of my favourites, guys. So maybe it's the northern blood in me. My nan was from Newcastle, or Jarrow. On my mum's side, from my dad's side. And my granddad on my mum's side was from Derbyshire. So from that way of the world. As I say, I don't know where my dad's side was from. I'm from Bedfordshire originally, and that's, I don't really know, they died when I was very young. So anyway, babbling waffling again. Oh, nice aroma of ale. Sweetness in there as well, nice sort of sweet aroma of ale. The classic pale ale. I've been drinking a lot of pale ales. I think when I got on here, Berry Head from Bays is pale ale as well. The pour, guys, the pour. For those who don't know, the pour, I'm normally pretty shocking at it. Indoors, the old love of my life. You know. I love her, yeah. She's great at pouring beer, though. I mean, you know, can't grumble at that. So I'm going to go. Fun enough, just noticed something, and this wasn't done on purpose. This is totally by accident. We've just been talking about it. Sharp's Doom Bar. And I'm going to put Timothy Taylor. Is that sacrilegious to Timothy Taylor? Is that bad? I'm going to put that in a Doom Bar glass. Number 1 with a number 2 drink. Or is it the other way around? Let's find out. The pour, guys. Normally quite shocking. Fizzy. As I say, I've never had this from the pump or can or bottle or anything like that. So, quite lively. See, I told you, shocking. Look at that headlet on that. I've still got more to fit in there yet. Absolutely terrible. Shocking. For those of you who don't know, new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Much appreciated it. I appreciated it. Babbling Beer Reviews is much appreciated. I also want to grow the channel, as I said. You know, it's a bit of fun. I enjoy drinking beer, enjoy doing these little videos. My real thing is real ale off the pump now, as I keep saying, but I will do bottles and cans and whatever else. We'll do these reviews and see what we come up with. So any suggestions, put it in the comments and we'll try it. Settling down already, there we go. Quite a white head. Nice amber colour beer. Very clear. Carbonated, a lot of bubbles in there at the moment. I don't even see how clear that is. I don't know if you can see on there, probably not. Get my big arm out of the way. Yeah, I like the nice clear ales. Yeah, nice sort of sweet aroma there. As I say, I've never had this. What we got? Golden Promise malted barley with whole leaf hops. Yeah, it's got a complex, it's a classic with a complex citrus and hoppy aroma. Let's see. Here we go. Yep, straight away better than Doom Bar. Knocks it out of the park. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Doom Bar. Sorry, Sharps, but lots of people are. You're obviously doing something right because you're the number 1. So, as you know, guys, that see my previous videos, these are like live hours rather than bottle hours. The carbonation. Lots of bubbles, but actually I've got to say, for a bottle, that isn't too bad. The carbonation in that isn't too bad at all. Don't mind that, that's quite nice. I say I don't mind the carbonation. Babbling Beer Reviews, it's not bad. It's not fizzy like it looks. Funny because some of my open they look flat and they're quite lively, but then you get the ones that look like that and not too bad. Medium taste on the mouth there. Citrusy. Yeah, I suppose there is citrusy flavour. Excuse me. Nice hoppy aroma there. And swirl it around the mouth a little bit, you can taste that hoppy aroma. Yep. Yeah, definitely that hoppy aroma there. And then you've got your sort of, I suppose, standard malts, the caramelised malts in there as well. Again, I'd be interested to taste it off of the pump. I did notice on their site you can get Landlord, I mean, apparently Bolt, is it Bolt Maker? I have to try that one as well, because that seems to be quite a popular one and good right up. I will, yeah, at some point I'd like to try the keg and maybe bring it down here to Cornwall. They're quite expensive looking on there for 9 pints. Excuse me, let the gas out, bleed it a bit, and then put it through the beer engine and see what it tastes like. I mean, the thing is, I suppose when you're drinking ale and bottled beer, I grew up like that, but lagers, isn't it? I said, I don't drink them because of the gas. that's why I keep saying I like live ale, you know, off the pump there, because yeah, you get short life on them. And I suppose if you get a polypin, you can get a couple of weeks, but you instantly get the full flavour of the beer. There's no carbonation that gets in the way for me to disturb. You know, I can taste that flavouring straight away. If I can get rid of that, I mean, this must be nice off the pump. It's got to be. I mean, if it's a choice up to out in Doombar, this should be number one, shouldn't it? Hey, what do you guys up there from up north say? I'm more on this. I'll talk about this, Timothy. I've been asking on other videos. I mean, sparkler on for your beer, guys, up north, or sparkler off? Apparently, down south we don't have a sparkler. Well, I'm down west now, so but up north you guys do. Is that probably not everybody? I suppose there's individuals, and I've never been a massive fan of not having a sparkler. I do like a sparkler. I like the head that comes out on the beer. I mean, some of them you pour through, yeah, you know, are quite lively, so maybe you don't need it, but generally, all the ales I put on, I pour them out with sparkler. I get a nice head, and the beer still, you know, it's fantastic. It looks like a nice pint and tastes like a nice pint. So, sparkler on, sparkler off, guys. Put in the comments. What do you think? What do you prefer? And what do you think to Timothy Taylor's? Have you had it? It's a very popular beer. What do you rate it out of 10? Does it beat Doombar for you? I've got to say, that's yeah, it's quite a nice all-rounded drinking beer. 4%, 4.1%. It's a championship beer, as they make. So for me, a nice sessionable ale. Obviously vegan friendly, according to that on the back of the label. So you're a vegan, you can sup that. Best served between 11 and 13 degrees. All the taste of Taylor's, and obviously it's been around for a long time. It's won a few awards, so it's got to be good, isn't it? So as a bottled beer out of 10. Nah then, lad, what do I rate it at? Terrible Yorkshire accent again, sorry. It's like crystallised malt, so it's nice. Petulance, or petulant, is that what it means? But I was doing one of my previous videos, if you see it, about my mate and me were watching a video before I started doing these reviews, and the guy was there getting it all up, throwing his mouth around, you know, and my mate said, look at that petulant, or, you know, I won't say the words, but, and then I'm sitting there doing it myself, as I said before, swinging it round, get the taste. Should we go with a 9.4? I mean, obviously everyone's different. It's a championship beer of Britain. It's number 2. For me, if you offer me a Devon dumpling over that, I'm going to take your Devon dumpling every time, even in the bottle. So yeah, it's a fantastic beer. Let's say 9.4. Is what I just said? I think so. Yeah, 9.4 for me. Timothy Taylor. It's right up there. It's a nice all-rounded pint. Oh, it's what is it, not a pint, is it? Short chain, 500ml. So more or less, I suppose. They glass it, don't they, now, with the head on there, I suppose. Yeah, 9.4 out of 10 for me. What do you rate it at? Do I think it's better than Doombar? Absolutely, yes, I do. I prefer this to Doombar straight away. I recommend buying it, yes, definitely try it if you haven't. I haven't tried it to now. And yeah, it's a very nice beer. Obviously not one of my personal favourites, so I've got several. We've all got our own taste buds, all like what we like. But it's a nice beer. I'm glad I tried it and picked it up. So Tesco's, most supermarkets do it, a lot of shops do it. It's popular beer, so. But you know, put it in the comments what do you think about it. Let's and then I'll get some feedback from you guys. So thanks again for tuning in here at the King and Dragon for another Babbling beer review. Apologies for my awful Yorkshire accent, or attempt at Yorkshire. Terrible. Just about speak English and your accents as well. muddled tongue. Babbling beer reviews. Yeah, thanks for joining me at the King and Dragon. Thanks to the new subscribers. If you do like the stuff I'm waffling, babbling about, please, you know, if you want to, you know, hit the subscribe button. It's free of charge. And hit the like button. It all helps with the channel, doesn't it? And gets algorithms or whatever going for people, and other people can see my stuff and get it out there. I've just done my first upload today, my first brew day video, part 1. Look out for that in several weeks for part 2. Obviously the beer's now got to do its thing, then condition for a couple of weeks in the keg. I'll upload up the videos when it's done for part 2, and then we'll do the tasting as well. So we'll try it when it's clear out the barrel, excuse me, and then we'll put it on the pump as well, and we'll do a review on it off the pump when it's ready. So a couple of videos coming soon your way for that, so keep your eye out. All right, and I'll see you. I've got a few more to do, as I say. I think I've got a Thursday ferret. I might do it on a Thursday actually. Thursday ferret. Say that when you've had a few. But yeah, so I might do that one next. That's one my mum picked up for me. So she got me a couple of beers, so I might do that one. I want to do this one for you. I've had this one in the fridge for a couple of weeks now, so I just wanted to get around to doing it. And Timothy Taylor's Landlord. So yeah, see you soon here, guys, at the King and Dragon for a Babbling beer review. Another one. Whatever you do for the rest of the evening, it's a Friday evening or the weekend, have a great one, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Thank you.